Well, there's no way to sugarcoat this. While thousands of U.S. troops have been killed or maimed to bring democracy to Iraq, some U.S. contractors have apparently seized the opportunity to get rich quick. We're talking about allegations of fraud, theft, and waste on a mind-numbing scale. As I keep saying tonight, duffel bags filled with cash. CNN's Tom Foreman tonight, keeping them honest.
After the shock and awe came rebuilding. More than $30 billion worth from U.S. taxpayers, billions more from other countries, including Iraqis themselves. Money for roads, schools, power lines, bridges, prisons. What troubles attorney Alan Grayson is how some of that money was doled out.
No, they were getting cash. There was over $600 million of cash disseminated with essentially no controls at all.
Cash?
Cash, that's right.
Bundles of money?
That's right. They took $1,100 bills and they put a rubber band around, and that was called a football. It was called a football because they would take it and they would pass it to each other.
Grayson has filed dozens of lawsuits for whistleblowers who say they witnessed widespread fraud by U.S. firms in Iraq and often non-existent accounting by coalition officials. The law prevents him from naming the companies or talking about how they have responded. But the Office of the U.S. Special Inspector General for Iraq Reconstruction says undeniably there have been problems.
In a lot of cases, we're talking about cash that was handed out to people in duffel bags, and finding out what happened to that cash, if those projects were completed, and holding people accountable has been a difficult challenge for us, but we are doing it.
One of the few fraud cases to reach court so far involved a company called Custer Battles, which contracted to provide security at the Baghdad airport. Last month, a federal jury here heard accusations that Custer Battles used padded invoices and forgery to rake in millions. And although the company has steadfastly denied those charges, the jury ordered Custer Battles to pay $10 million in damages. And taxpayer rights advocates are convinced fraud, incompetence, and overcharging by many U.S. contractors, large and small, have taken a grave toll on rebuilding.
The taxpayers lost money, and
U.S. taxpayers.
U.S. taxpayers.
How much?
No one knows for sure, but it's in the billions. And the Iraqi people lost money. Their money is lost too.
The development fund of Iraq was looted by war profiteers and war whores.
Government investigators are now using satellite photos to monitor work sites, and inspectors in Iraq to try to track down all the unaccounted for billions. They have more than 70 criminal investigations underway.
I would say that the taxpayers should feel fairly comfortable that we are doing a fairly adequate job, and we are seeing progress because of our work.
But Alan Grayson is pessimistic.
You think there's been a genuine gold rush in Iraq?
Well, what I see every day in my own work is that the fraud is rife.
He is convinced many U.S. companies went to Iraq, took the money, and ran. And they are running still. Tom Foreman, CNN, Washington.